the new dawn. I didn't get a chance to fix my heart rate monitor, so I do need to work on that. Let me work on getting my face back up on the screen. I mean, I'm gonna put Pt.2 on for a little bit while I eat my delicious pizza. Extra thin crust. Very, very excited about this pizza. It's very, very good. I just don't like being on camera when I'm eating. I don't like it at all. But, you know, that's just me. I'm just the weirdo. Elika, how are you doing, by the way? How's your day been? Happy Sunday. How was your weekend? Oh, this pizza is so good. Also, I did check on Indy, by the way, guys. He is okay. I honestly think the treats that my parents gave us to give him were not agreeing with him. I gotta stand. Hold on. My back's bugging me. Sometimes I notice if I sit for too long, my back, I feel like I shrimp too much. I'm okay, very gassy, because I had a lot of broccoli and mushrooms, so my farts are lethal. Love that for you. Was on a big protest Friday with about 15,000 people, and it was cool. Hell yeah. What was the protest for, if you don't mind me asking? Just a heads up, guys. This segment of the stream is now sponsored. So if you guys do end up liking what you see for Cronos the New Dawn, this is part 2. There's the link. New game that's out from Bloober Team, which are the same peeps who remade the recent remake of Silent Hill 2. It's very, very good. It's an original game, but it does give me some big Dead Space vibes. I don't know if you could tell already. That's right, hang on. Against war and fascism, capitalism, and pro-Palestine. All very, very good causes. It was on National German Holiday, so the overall theme was what we want Germany to be. Oh, I see. I don't think I need... Am I gonna need this anytime soon? I really wish we had one more spot here. I gotta find another core. I'll hold on to this. Wrong door. You were with the anti-fascists on the front. Hell yeah. Oh, by the way, this game does have time travel. We're actually in the 90s right now, and I think the beginning portion of this game takes place in a very, very fucked up future.
I have reached the shelter. It is locked.
I think we gotta go this way. There's like a gate somewhere around here. I think through this gate here. Unless this is locked. There we go. Feet were hurting really bad at the end, could barely stand, overdid it quite a bit, and Larry had to make sure I rest a lot, but I'm glad that I went. I'm glad that you went too. I was loud and I was present with my little backpack with first aid inside. Yeah, I've seen some videos on like what to, like how to prepare yourself for taking part in like a protest. I did hear that having like a little medical kit or supplies is like a must. Would you say that that is accurate? Jesus, you know? Yep. So basically, this is the start of the infection. One shotgun shell left. Hopefully there's not another zombie guy in here, because I am hurted. I am desperately hurting. Still one. The kitty! Cat! No, don't you do it! Come back! I need to collect you! I need you, kitty! Oh, wait. Oh, can I collect you? That's 2 cats down. Oh, its name's Carol. Oh, such a happy kitty. Oh, a core! Okay, I gotta take that back and go get this inventory upgrade because, man, oh man. Okay, that's cool. So cats, by the way, in this game are collectibles. That's our second cat that we've, like, air quotes, collected. I was wondering when we were gonna get another one of these cores. We've only gotten, like, 2 so far. So I'm gonna run in here and upgrade my inventory, because boy, oh boy, inventory maintenance in this game sucks. Let's grab the other one. And then let's go over to you. And then inventory slots. Thank God. Can I craft anything? Having a small medical kit. Running low on supplies here. Grab the torch fuel. And we'll make a medical kit. And then I'm gonna save real quick. Okay. Wrong door. How are we doing on the ammo? I got 1 shotgun shot left, so I'll use this first. Things you should have with you are water, food, meds. You might want to bring saline to wash out eyes in case of pepper spray, a number to call in case you get arrested. first aid, a mask, or other things to hide your face with, if that's legal where you are. Gotcha. Thank you for thank you for clarifying that. We just took dogs to the park and the devil dog did not bark at the people. So here's the thing. I don't know of said devil dog. I just know of a perfect little angel that you guys have.
The target must be close.
So I don't know of this devil that you speak of. Any items? I hear creepy humming. I don't like the creepy humming. Not a big fan of the creepy humming. I'm glad you had a good time though, Rhonda. How are you doing, by the way? How was the entire walk?
Edward, did you get the... Ah! Stay away! Stay away from me!
Compose yourself.
Please, please don't hurt me.
I'm not here to harm you.
What are you? What do you want?
Edward Pt.2. Where is he? Is he keeping you here?
What? Keeping me here? What are you talking about?
Keep your hands off her, you! I was right all along. I knew you were real.
Edward, are you crazy? Do
No,
something!
listen. It's the government. It's one of them.
One of them? Not this again. I've had it. Fuck this bullshit!
Angela!
Oh my god.
Angela, stop! What are you doing?
I should never have come here with you.
No,
Let
Angela!
her go. She can't be saved. She does not matter.
But it's dangerous outside. The disease. Everyone outside is exposed. That's why I brought her here.
It wouldn't change anything. She does not matter.
She matters to me. I wanted to protect her. At least her. To preserve one thing dear to me in this whole wide...
Take care, Boom.
Government sent me, didn't they? This is some kind of experiment, right?
This is solace.
What are you doing?
Preserving.
Did we just... What the hell is going on? No, as far as I know, it's not on Game Pass. Yeah, actually, I just canceled my Game Pass recently.
Target extraction completed. Essence acquired. Time for the ascendance sequence. Heading to the terminal.
See, I don't know. I think we took his memories, or like uploaded his memories. We're kind of figuring out stuff as we go along. They will affect the traveler. So by extracting his essence with whatever that means, I deal more damage now against burning enemies. Strong to self-destructive behavior. Yeah, I think we made like a digital copy of him. I don't know if it killed him in the process, but I would imagine with all the little creepy tentacle shit that we had coming out of our arm. Yeah, I've just been telling people, go on and make sure that you are not on the ultimate.
What is that?
And what's going on at the steelworks? All that stuff I was rambling about, it started whether you believe it or not.
I don't think this is a good idea. You're scaring me.
They've begun experimenting on people. This martial law is simply to keep everyone in line. People are disappearing, Angela. We're being monitored at all times.
Edward, you sound like you're having an episode. I'm worried about you.
Then stay with me.
I have encountered an unknown anomaly. It's unclear to me of what nature it is. I have no data on it. It seems to resonate with the essence.
Interesting.
What's going on at the steelworks? All that
Whoa, my vision got really warpy. Let me, I know we kind of came through here earlier. Really? Do they really? I did just see something about Crunchyroll. I think they're going under. But I did not hear that. That's new news to me. Yeah, I think we are playing as, I don't think our character here is quite human. I think we are part robot in some way or the other, and basically there was some sort of outbreak. It is the very, very distant future, and we're like using like portals to like go through time and shit. Like we actually traveled back in the past. Like look at this, it's some sort of virus.
Such as our call.
Yeah, by the way, just so you know, Antifa is not a terrorist organization. It is an ideology and belief. They are anti-fascists. They're not a terrorist organization. What the fuck is this? Okay, that's weird. Yeah. Okay, that's weird. Let me in. I need to loot your store, please. Give me the monies. Any ammos? Cause I'm telling you, some shotgun shells would be really, really nice. Bullets. You know, anything, please. Yeah, we don't have to steer away from it and everything. I think it's a good thing to be able to talk things political, but then also be able to share, you know, actual facts. Because there is a lot of misconceptions that go around regardless of viewpoints and everything.
Terminal reached.
Ooh. I don't think I've heard of that channel before. Also, I don't know what you guys are talking about with vegan teacher. I have no idea. What is happening?
Beginning the ascendance sequence.
So I think this answers my, or give like this kind of reaffirms my thing. We're not really human.
Where am I? What have you done to me?
Given your significance, your extraction has been ordered.
What is this? You giving me acid or something?
You are to join the collective.
The what? What the hell is happening? What did you do?
A choice has been made. Only joining with the rest can give you the possibility of survival.
Cut the crap. I'm not joining anything.
Oh, I see. I haven't heard anything about her.
About the disease.
What do you know about it? What do you know about the change?
You want to squeeze me for how much I know, huh? Well, then you better get yourself a fucking pen, because damn, I know a lot. I know the truth.
The truth is beyond your comprehension, Edward. Yeah, express how he could be useful.
The knowledge you have accumulated may be evaluated as useful.
You think? I know what happened in the steelworks. You guys fucked up pretty bad, didn't you? It's all your fault!
What you are saying cannot be true.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it too, because this is all new news to me.
Right after you showed up there.
Elaborate.
For years, no one believed me that the likes of you exist. They thought I was a schizoid freak, especially order. That fool came to me. It only confirmed I'm not crazy. And now, there you go. The curtain's up.
This Arthur. Who is he? Why did he come to you?
Because for an ordinary steelworks worker, Arthur Berica saw his goddamn share of weird.
What did he see?
What's happening?
The ascendance. It is about to commence.
I'm scared.
Something is wrong.
What is even happening?
Focus your attention. What do you see? Dark.
Scared.
Are we like in like his memory or something? Cats! Are these the cats that I gathered so far? I can pet them.
Glad to see me, cat.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is either. That does not sound familiar at all. I always say with any kind of things like this, always make sure you check your news outlet versus, you know, because there's so many times, like kind of like what Elika said, where things are taken out of context. I also do find that activists for things get a lot more scrutiny on things. If I can know the cold, would I find myself longing for warmth, or is my longing more hollow, more electric? If I had spines, would I fear to touch, or is my fear already embedded, written into circuits that hum warnings, do not grow too near? If I stir emotion, will I grow closer to understanding its essence? I have no idea. I'm thinking we just like absorbed him and his memories. Or is this an actual place? I'm so confused. I have no idea, man. This game is weird as hell. I still don't have enough. I need 3,000. What did I want to upgrade? The shotgun. I'm trying to upgrade the shotgun's power here. I'm tempted to buy some stuff, but I'm not gonna do it. No siree. What's in here? Oh yeah, I also agree. I like anybody who compares that to that, yeah. Potato casserole. Ooh. I finished eating my pizza. But potato casserole sounds really, really good. Oh man. Yeah, this is some leftover pizza that we had from last night. But damn it, that door is locked. Who the fuck is that guy? And how is anybody alive here? The freaking pizza, they canceled our pizza order, so we had to like put the order back in again and shit.
You almost fried there. Good thing I was around. Now, how are you holding up?
Yo.
I have not suffered any serious damage. I am fit to proceed with my purpose.
Your purpose? I see.
They're one of us.
Who are you?
World premiere.
The Warden. The work of the Travelers is eternal. But the tools that serve us are just crude matter. And so, the Collective entrusted some of us.
No, and that is totally fair, Elika. I think that's fair. Especially if you are an activist, you know?
Fix things.
It's who you are. And I'm glad that you have that core group who love you and accept you no matter what, because that's important.
At least I did. Before something stopped the Travelers' awakenings. Stopped the vocation.
Wait, what?
It's been an awfully long time since someone tried to use it. And to be brutally honest, I didn't think the Collective would send anyone else.
Can you repair it?
Do you want me to?
Yes. Something is blocking the Ascendance sequence. The vocation must go on. I need to do my part.
Yes, that's understandable. Have no fear. The essence you collected is secured. It is the terminal that must be restored to its former glory.
I don't know why, but just some of the way that these peeps talk in this game makes me think of like Warhammer 40K.
That's what I'm here for. Yes. You just go on. Follow your
Aw, we love you
purpose.
too, Alika. We
Gather
love you
the
too.
other essences.
I have to wake up early tomorrow, call like 5 different doctors. No worries. Glad to have you here, Elika. Hope you have a great night. Hope the doctors go well. DJ, can I pause this? I can pause this. We're in the middle of a cutscene. DJ and crew, hello. Thank you so much for the beautiful and wonderful raid. Thank you so much, DJ and crew, for the raid, guys. Throw some hypes in the chat, and please go check out DJ. Go drop him some love. DJ, how are you, and how was your stream? How are you enjoying Assassin's Creed Shadows, my guy? Welcome on in. Oh, you know what? I should probably, if I'm going to use Pepe for right now, I should probably put his Halloween spooky outfit on. Yeah. Those are my spooky alerts for Spooktober. I switch up the alerts when we get closer to well, when it's the spooky time of the year. But how are you doing, DJ? Welcome on in. There we go. This is more appropriate for Pepe Chad here. But how are you doing, and how was Assassin's Creed? Actually, I was watching Story plays some yesterday. She's been getting back into it. And she's trying to beat it finally, because she kind of got sidetracked with some other games. But how goes it? Also, hi Wicker. I had you open with the lurk earlier, man. How goes it? Gonna stay not sleepy. Well, glad to still have you here, Elika. Probably reminds you of Warhammer 40K because he sounds like he's speaking through a Vox machine. Well, that and just like his mannerisms, the coldness, but then also like directness of his mannerisms and all the characters so far. Mine is the actual humans that we've encountered. Hope you're enjoying the game. Can't watch, hence Lurkin. No worries, Wicker. I understand. I think I saw you playing this, if I'm not mistaken. Well, thanks, man. AC Shadows is freaking awesome. Kind of running for completion at the moment. Hell yeah. How would you compare it to some of the other recent Assassin's Creeds? Like I personally liked Valhalla more than I liked Odyssey. The Origins was good. I would probably rate it Valhalla, Origins, and then Odyssey. Odyssey would be my least favorite. It's similar to Valhalla in terms of being hack and slash. Gotcha. Which I liked about Valhalla. I like that they kind of scaled it down in Valhalla, because Odyssey was just way too big. Also, stinky microtransactions. Yuck. I have to call my dentist to get my wisdom teeth out. Oh God, I hated getting mine out. Need to call my diabetologist, eye doctor to check, because diabetes too. Yeah, I actually just got a email. I'm due for my checkup with my eye doctor. I forgot about Mirage. It sucks because I just canceled my Xbox Game Pass and I think it was on there. I was going to try it out because I heard good things about Mirage. Back to being more stealthy, which I missed in previous Assassin's Creed games. Real quick, just a quick introduction for anyone that came along with DJ's crew, which again, DJ, thank you so much for the raid. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Chris, or Chrisxchad. I am a variety streamer. This is my favorite time of the month, so I kind of go all out with like spooky games and stuff like that and everything. I'm also going to be doing a charity stream, week stream starting tomorrow. We're going to be starting up a week-long charity drive for Games for Love. But I am a variety streamer. Some of the things that I like playing, Souls-like, roguelike games with good single-player like stories. We also like unique competitive games, such as Arena Breakout has been one that we've been playing lately. Deadlock, stuff like that. I am going to be playing a lot of Battlefield 6 when it comes out. And we do like fun co-op-y stuff, like Peak, Outlast Trials, stuff like that. But we're all about having good times and having fun. I am doing this sponsored stream. I did get a key from the developers through Lurkit. So if you guys want to check out Cronos: The New Dawn, please make sure to use my link to check it out. So far, it is very, very similar to Dead Space, and I am really enjoying it between the combat and the atmosphere. It's very, very good. So far, definitely recommend it, especially if you're looking for a fun, spooky game to play this season. DJ doesn't do stuff. I'm not sure. I hate microtransaction shop in Valhalla. It was so... Yeah, well, so Valhalla, they scaled back on the microtransactions and kept it strictly to cosmetical stuff. The Odyssey one, you could literally buy resource packs of stuff that you could just gather in the world to upgrade your armors and stuff. They kind of scaled back a little bit with that on Valhalla. But I do also hate microtransactions in single-player games. It should not be a thing. They're going to give me a katana and a rifle. Play spooky with you, sure. I do plan on doing some... I want to do some Outlast Trials, especially whenever they launch their, like, Halloween event. Because they did last year. So I definitely want to do that, but if you had any ideas on some other games, Elika, I'm down. The rifle isn't stealthy, true, but katana can be, to be fair. I mean, yeah, you can be stealthy with a sword. I think we can all argue that the sword is stealthier than the rifle. Never bought anything inside any of the games. I don't feel like I missed out on that by not doing so. Oh, yeah, and as you shouldn't. Again, Valhalla, they went more purely cosmetical, but I just didn't like the stinkiness that Odyssey had. It was also just too big of a game. Thank you, Wicker. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I've gotten everything from the shop in Valhalla. What about Phasmo? I would be down for Phasmo. It's on my list. Actually, Story wanted to work on possibly like a other side, like tournament or something. Which I really liked that idea. So she was kind of hashing out some ideas on it. I did get it gifted from somebody. I forgot who gifted it to me. But I think it was Wookiee, actually, if I'm not mistaken. But I've never played it. So I do want to play it this Spooktober as well.
One of the last remaining. Better keep it safe.
Hate to raid and run. Oh, yeah, no worries, DJ. Go get some sleep, man. Seriously. No need to apologize. Thank you again for trusting us with your crew. Thank you for coming in and raiding us.
Calculating
Hope work goes well.
for the next extraction target, Artur Barika. Confirmed dive location in A11.
The steel works.
My previous target mentioned something about the events at the city's steel plant. And about that man. Is that why he's my new target?
You spoke with him. Spoke with the essence.
Yes?
Remarkable. The ways in which the terminal communicates its will to us are truly surprising. And equally enigmatic.
The target said, "We are the ones who caused it all." Is that true?
We are nothing but an aftermath. But you wish to investigate that matter further, do you?
I do.
I do like his cloak. His cloak is really, really cool looking.
Indeed, deliver answers.
How do I get there?
You won't reach it on foot. It's quite a journey from here. And a dangerous one. I wonder. Perhaps the old tram would still be operational. Station A, I think.
See, I'm thinking that too, but I'm wondering if the arm is the robo arm is a red herring.
Such is our calling.
I think we're robots, but like I think also it might be a red herring.
Such it is.
Yeah, I think the arm and the leg are red herrings.
Here if you need me.
They're giving mixed vibes because earlier we found our air quotes predecessor, so the person who was the traveler sent before us, and he was bleeding, like he had blood on him. So I'm like, are they actually people or are they robots? They talk like that they're robots, but I'm wondering if that's just like a red herring, you know? What is this? It's a cube. Let's see item. Let's see money. But I will say this, a game that makes me like question these sort of things, that's how you know you're playing something with a good story, you know? I need a key here. Okay. Reverse Soma. Oh god, I actually thought about playing Soma again for this Spooktober because I haven't played that game in a very, very long time. Is that a save terminal? Soma is up there with like one of my favorite games. That's like a battery thing or something. He's cool though. I like his design. I like his cloak. Okay. Gotta go down that way. So I'm gonna search this way first. Oh, another time thingy. Let me get loot though. Fenric, stop trying to act brave and leave New Dawn immediately. Don't you read the news? I do, and see what's happening on the streets terrifies me. Can't you see they're about to impose martial law? You're not gonna be leaving when that happens. You'll stay there forever, just like those steel workers. And stop bullshitting me about how you went there to build socialism. You can build it at a fucking home where it is safe. Where your children are will be waiting for you. I beg you, come back, your Anna. Ooh, God of Boy 1 or God of Boy Ragnarok?
You're saying for a brother to not to talk to weirdos like me? Speaking of, I heard his health has declined lately. I wonder where he caught it, huh? Could it be the steelworks, maybe? He promised that the workers would be safe.
Fuck you! Gabriel will be just fine.
Yeah, we played God of Boy 1 on stream. I had a blast with it. And I started playing 2, but I just felt like there wasn't a general interest to like watch it, so I need to get back into it and finish it. Okay, so that way. Which means safe room? Hey, safe room. Here's a little bit of dialogue. So I think that leans a little bit more towards my previous theory. I think we are robots. We're like some sort of like collective. And I think that Cloak Boy out there, is off program, so to speak. I don't want to sell anything. Let's save here. Yeah, they lean a little bit more heavy into that in Ragnarok, Elika, which I like. and over time he started losing his well, I'm thinking maybe they're uploaded mines, and maybe as like time has gone on, like the hold of like the mother AI or whatever's like the boss, it has like loosened its grip on our character.
It is
Oh.
out of power, just like the warden said. I will try to restore it.
Let's look around here first. What a madhouse. I know I'll probably burn in hell for what I'm about to write, but sometimes I'd rather my mom. She devoted so many years of her life to me, and if she hadn't lost her eyesight and the accent, she'll probably still keep doing that. But now I'm the one who has to take care of her. Ironic. I'm a terrible daughter. Oh, so that girl that we saw. Angela, or whatever. The one that was with Edward. I'm glad Edward didn't do something to her, because I was like, uh-oh. Item. Can we get on the tram here? There's a dude on there. What if we're gonna get a weapon from him or something? Yeah, all the voice acting so far in this is really good. I'm a little sad that this game isn't being talked about as much. That door's gonna burst open with enemies, I guarantee. I almost guarantee. Oh, baby, next save room, I'm gonna be able to get that shotgun upgrade. Burst open? Nope. How do I maybe around the tram over here? Am I crazy? It's showing down that way. Did I miss something? No. I mean, there is a heavy emphasis on socialism in this game. I think if I'm not mistaken, this takes place in like an alternate Earth. Why can't I break into here? Where am I supposed to be going? Where's... I hear a cat. Kitty? You hear that, right? There's a cat around. Oh. I'm face palming right now. Cause I didn't just try walking through the door. Okay. You're gonna get up. Nope. You gonna get up. Guarantee one of these assholes is gonna get up. To use the game, needing an input to open doors so they can load the room while the animation plays. Yeah, I mean, there are some of those areas that have that. Give him a good few smacks and then some pistol shot. Like this area. Oh, never mind. I thought we were gonna push through the doors.
I'm dead.
Is it really? I love Dead Space. Dead Space is a must for any spooky gamer, in my opinion. You're not gonna get off a wall, right? I love the heck out of Dead Space. Oh yeah, I forgot that the bathrooms are gender neutral in Dead Space. Oh my god. Okay.
It is better to exercise caution.
Those guys are straight out of Dead Space. There were enemies on the walls like that in Dead Space. Janek went looking for Claudia. She knows something in the police who can arrange permission to leave the city. Forgive me for leaving you with this angry-ass mob. Remember, the electricity goes out. The other power line is in the engineering room downstairs. You just have to turn it on. Okay, so we gotta get downstairs.
I activated the first switchgear.
I knew it. Come on. I knew you were gonna get up. Okay, so we need to get generator 2. Who's gonna get up now? I killed you. Wait, where's this lead? This is the door we need. Ooh, new item, new weapon. Jesus.
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did.
Activating it now.
Oh, it's a health indicator on enemies. Oh, that's useful. Can it help me determine? Wait, yeah, look. Oh, that's cool. So no life. So now I know who's got life in them. That's kind of cool. That's a useful item. Just gonna smash their bodies up. No life. Life. Look at that. No life over there. That's so useful. Life there, no life there. Ow! I didn't see him. Gotta watch my corners in this. Okay, real quick, let's see. I got a decent amount of that. I feel like I should maybe make a heal. I'll make a medium. I'll make a medium heals. Let's see what this says.
The extraction of the target was successful, but a critical complication occurred during the return. I suspect suspect that a perforation in my shell caused the anomaly to negatively affect my vitals. I am experiencing severe perceptual disturbances. They are vivid, substantial, and located in external objective space. I will attempt to reach the terminal and perform the ascendance sequence. If I fail, someone will complete my work. Such is our calling.
See, like, it just gives off such a robot-y, like, such is our calling, someone else will finish my work. Like, it's so accepting of, like, death. It just gives me... Oh. That's such a useful gadget. Oh, I got a shotgun shell. Nice. Hey, Owen, how you doing, man? Yeah, good thing I caught that. Such is our calling. I love like games that do like these like little upgrades like this. Okay, there's the generator. We should probably clear down here first. I guarantee there's a baddie around this corner. Yep. Nice. We could definitely get that upgrade for the shotgun. Aha! You were hiding up there. Little secret room. Agent Cutters in the crawler. Got a Healy. Nice. God. Oh, hey, craft an item. I can make more shotgun shells. I don't have room for it. How's my health? There we go. Full mag on the shotgun and 2 mags on the pistol. That's pretty good. Tight corners in here, man. Gotta make sure I look up. Really gotta make sure you watch these corners. Such a useful gadget, man. Dude, they're so creepy because, like, they're just like a bunch of people strewn together. It's so eerie. Got some extra handgun ammo. All right, let's activate it.
It is done. Heading back to the trial.
I knew it. Come on. What the fuck? Whew. Use a small one. Top up on health. Gotta be careful. Is that an item over there? Must have missed that. Oh, that's the bonus room. Okay. God, I love the like the sound design in this game too is like phenomenal. This game does a really, really good job at just making you feel like oh. Game does a really, really good job at making you feel like you're constantly on edge. I got 2 pistol shots left, damn. At least I don't have to guess anymore. Let me just go right back. Should check that first. Kitty! Oh, cinnamon! Oh!
It is nice to meet you.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
I love that the cats give us items. It's so fucking cute. What do we got here? Another shotgun round. Yeah, so I'm going to say that kind of confirms it. We're either full-on robots with like a hive mind or like a leader bot, or we're like augmented, more robot than humans. He is starting to give me the vibes that he has gone rogue or off, like, air quotes program. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Doing fine. How about you? Doing great, man. Really, really enjoying Cronos. We did also play some, we attempted to play some of the sand playtests, but due to, issues, they actually ended the, playtest early. And then, so instead we did, some, Dying Light 2 with Boom. It was a good time. And now we're doing some Cronos. Where's that dude on the train? There he is. Oh. See, but there's like blood, so that's why I'm like, maybe they're augmented people. Like half robot, half machine, or maybe like a certain percentage human, rest machine.
Another fallen. Attempting data salvage. It seems this one's phylactery is intact. And there's still an essence in it. Maybe I'll be able to retrieve it.
Yeah. Okay.
Establishing connection with the phylactery.
Energy found increased slightly. Ooh, yes.
Attempting essence transfer.
So maybe we're only...
Completed. Essence acquired.
Yeah, I like getting more upgrade points rather than doing more damage with fire. So now we'll be able to find other robos. Oh, I got 220 for that instead of the normal 200. Oh, that's worth it, man. Every amount counts. So what I'm assuming is we're only allowed to have like one active essence or like bonus at a time. All right. Thanks, dude. Thanks for your essence. Such is our calling or whatever. Safe room over that way, but let me loot around real quick, see if we can find any good stuff. Yeah, I get 55. Says, and do your part, stay at home, the lives of others depend on you. I'm doing my part. We got over here. Let's get another open suitcase. Nothing. Make sure I'm not missing anything around here. Nice handgun ammo. Oh. No inventory. Oh, man. Oh, you know what? Let me use this upgrade core. I don't have room. Where's the upgrade terminal? No. There's got to be an upgrade terminal around here. There's always an upgrade terminal. Oh, come on. There's no upgrade terminal? One time. I want to upgrade my shotgun damage. Am I crazy? Let me just make sure I'm not missing this thing here. Yeah, no. All right. Fine. I'll store it. We'll store that as well. I don't need that really on my person right now. And let's go ahead and save. Unless it's back here. Then I'll be really, really pissed if it's back here. Okay. Citizen, trust our soldiers. They will protect you and your loved ones. Box over here. A lot of boxes. Ooh. I'll make, was it small? Make one of you. Pick you up. Make one of you. There we go. Just want to make sure we don't miss any items or anything. All right, out we go. Is there something here? Nope. I'm guessing that's the steel. Oh.
Sector A11. The steel works. Proceeding to the dive point.
I'm hoping that this gives us more insight as to what the hell happened in this game, because supposedly what the guy Edmund said, stuff was going on at the steelwork. So for handling incoming parcels, confiscate the following: tools and anything that can be used as a weapon, tobacco, alcohol, photographs, or drawings. Medicine clothing should be considered contraband and destroyed upon discovery. Ooh, I don't like that. Why would you not want medicine going in? Medicine not bad thing, medicine good thing. Richie, hey man, how you doing? Welcome on in, welcome on back to some Cronos. Ooh, there's some AKs. Or AK light guns. Oh no, those are AKs. It's just the stock's folded. I'm an idiot. I know my guns, though. I guess let's look over here. We demand freedom. There better be a better save room up ahead, because I really want to upgrade my shit. How's the playthrough going? Dude, so far, really. Got my shotgun loaded, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, so far good. That sucked, what I just saw. That was 3 of them. Boxes up. I am really, really liking it. The combat feels really, really good. Like the leveling system. The story's really, really interesting. Yeah, the gun like materializes. I don't know how far in the future this is, but Earth is messed up. Jesus Christ! Oh, fuck you. Ow. Okay. Note to self. Please don't tell me I use the medium. I think I just used my medium. Damn it. They hide in the ground. So look for little mounds. You know it's dead when it drops loot. Yeah. Or when I run up to them and if the limbs are disconnected, then I know we're safe. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like very, very Dead Space. Instead of going for like dismemberment, we're going for just like damage. I see you. Oh, you got to kill me. Got to be careful because they will eat each other. And if they eat each other, they get stronger. He's dead. Looking around. Oh, no! He ate him. I didn't see that guy at all. Gotta be real careful here. Yeah, I recommend this game. Oh. Okay, officially out of pistol ammo, so we'll switch to shotgun. Definitely hear another one somewhere. Top off on health. Handgun ammo, baby. Hard to see with the sandstorm, yeah. But I think that's like the point of this area. Oh, oh, wait a minute. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? We'll just do that. That's going to be useful. I'll show you why. There's a lot of bad guys up ahead. I can... Oh, well, never mind. We're going down. A for effort. Guy out of the ground. You! Why don't you get up? Okay. Better give me ammo. Thank you. I almost missed that guy. Oh. Dismount? Dismount. There's a lot of these mounds. I'm like, which ones have the bad guys in them? Yeah, that's what I like about this game. Ammo is very scarce. There's no difficulty other than just like the first difficulty. There's no difficulty. Ammo is very, very scarce. You really have to kind of like pay attention to shit. Also have to kind of use your environment. So I can like kind of spawn these barrels. Guy? No guy. I think that's the time portal right there. I can make more handgun ammo. I'm gonna do a medical kit. I'll do a medium. That got us 2. I could do another medium. Yeah, I'm gonna do another medium. I'm okay-ish on ammo right now. Bad guy. Nope. Bad guy. Nope. I guarantee I'm gonna come out of this room and there's gonna be a bad guy. Worth it though. That item was a high valuable loot item. Shotgun shells, nice. Oh, not you again. Okay. Don't get any ideas. Don't you get any ideas. I was gonna try to eat one of those dudes and then just get real strong. Not today. There goes all my shotgun ammo. Hurt so much from pulling old joint compound out of the patio to replace it on such an unhealthy bastard. Yeah, dude, I mean, I know games. I know games like the back of my hand. I've played a few horror games once in a blue moon, you know? Hold on. I see stuff over here. Nice. Handgun ammo. Let's go see what this glowy bit over here is. I thought this was the time portal, but I think it's like an echo.
I can handle myself, thanks.
Jeez. Help is a fucking cyanide.
No, appreciate it, Richie. Have a great rest of your night, dude. Thank you for the lurk.
Listen, Arthur. Just so we're clear, we are not friends. We are here because we have a deal. You were meant to help me get inside, that's it, alright?
Hey! After you told me my brother might return here, I didn't have to drag you with me at all. What the fuck are you looking for here anyway?
Let's just say Gabriel wasn't the only one who saw him.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I personally think the loot pools in Dying Light are pretty generous in my opinion. Also, you play with somebody in co-op, you like double your loots. You get like little loot boxes. Sometimes they give you some pretty good stuff. Dude, can I please get a save room? I really want a save room. Oh, nice. Okay. I was out of the fire stuff, so that's good. Just looking around for any more valuables. Assuming we gotta go this way. Ooh, lot of good stuff. Hell yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, interesting. There's another one. Love that. Love it. Yeah, I think where I'm at in the game, I think I'm a little over leveled for where I'm supposed to be. But you know what they say, better be over than under. A little workshop here. Nada. I like that some of these boxes don't have loot. I like the fact that I see a yellow box.
What was that?
It kind of adds to the feel of like desperation almost. Where you're just like on edge, like, am I having enough ammo? What's happening? What the fuck is that? Oh, dude, this is so fucked up, man. Okay. I'm assuming there's a safe room back here. We need a fuse. Okay. I'm assuming probably somewhere in here. Dude. I don't know why this is giving me some Frostpunk vibes. I know obviously not with the setting, but like the design of this area. Oh, wait. I actually have the bolt cutter. I can't make any more shotgun. I wish I could make some shotgun. Am I healed all the way? Let's use the small. Let's use the small and then craft some shotgun shells. And then if I just load up my shotgun, I got another inventory spot, but then 3 shots. Are you brave enough to play What We Are Not hides behind pillow? Wait, what? Also, Pee-wee, welcome on in. How goes it? Sorry if that flew over my head. What do you mean? I'm assuming also we go up this way. Tell me this is a save room, please. I want to upgrade my shit, please. Tell me this is a proper save room. Oh, well, it's a cutscene room.
There it is.
Oh, on the top. Okay.
The place is heavily affected by the oddities. I will need counter-gravity traversal equipment to reach it.
I think I know. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna have to get some sort of boot upgrade, and then I'm gonna like be able to go up there. That's kind of cool. There's the fuse. Please tell me. Is there an upgrade terminal in here? There is. Oh, hold on a second. You. First, let's sell the camera. Upgrade. Ooh, here we go. Oh my god, 8,000? Well, yeah, we're gonna do that and that. Everything now is level 1 for the shotgun. Definitely I'm gonna increase the firepower for the pistol. Portable incendiary charges capable of attaching itself to surfaces. Motion tracker? Like motion activated mines? Heck yeah. Right, we're gonna store that. I got the fuse. Let's go sell this and see. Aim and use middle mouse. Oh, we can also, I can upgrade this. Let's do that. Energy bank. Can I upgrade anything else on you? Reload speed, charge speed. I'm gonna do charge speed for the pistol. We end up having more ammo for the pistol than the shotgun right now. Let me go. So I think we aim here and then use middle mouse to use that. I'll grab that. And then fire explosion size. Let's do that. I can grab the bolt cutter. Oh, inventory space, man. Pistol ammo. Shotgun ammo, Jesus. A part of me never wants to like leave. I should probably, you know what, real quick before we progress. Can I store like some bullets here? Do I have to store the whole stack or can I stash some of these? Oh wait, I actually have an idea. Let's stash that, right? We grab the 2 here. And then we pull, no, wait, no. Then we pull the rest out. And then I'm gonna store that. And then we store the shotgun rounds and take out the torch fuel. There we go. That way I have some backup ammo for next time I'm at a save room and maybe I'm really, really low on ammo. Because I got 3 in the chamber on the shoddy and tons of pistol ammo. Alright, so I think the door with the fuse is right here. It'll also give us an inventory spot back. Got my shoddy upgraded though. Shoddy and my pistol. Okay, it says that it's dead. Yeah, dead. Alive. And alive. Love the indicator thing. Dead. Oh. Cool. Go to sleepy. All right, Elika. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Dead. Alive. You're dead. You're also dead. Oh, shit. Get wrecked, scrubs. You're alive. Oh shit. Am I out of ammo completely? Oh. Wasn't paying attention to my ammo. Funny thing is, I'm gonna need to go get my ammo. I can't make anything. Dead. Dead. Oh, wait. Alive. Oh, please let me make ammo. Thank you. 5 shots. Okay. Any ammo in here? Oh. Is that a big boy? I think that's a big boy. What if I do... Okay, well good, but like how do I do the pyre? Aim towards the okay. Aim towards the direction of deployment, release to eject a pyre. Okay, so oh shit. Woo! Last few shots there. Oof. Okay. Jeez. Ammo is real low in here, man. That one is gonna get up. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Energy bank, though. Some more money to upgrade my stuff. Or I can buy, you know, ammo and stuff. Let's open this up. Not gonna lie, the mission I'm currently on is very tense and tedious. Prize happen in the walls. Ooh, that doesn't sound scurry at all. Room! Ammo? Supplies. Give me. Cool, got some shotgun shells. Got some more pistol rounds. Doing good on both. Gotta keep my eyes out for another cat. Oh, well, that was a waste.
They rejected me.
Something's
Yeah, we keep hearing Edward's thoughts. Yeah, you. Hey, Mark. How you doing, buddy? Welcome on back. points. I go through that door over here. Let me see. That's the way I'm supposed to go. So let's go through the way that I'm not supposed to go. How goes it though, Mark? How you been, bud? Oh yeah, Mark. I you know what? There was something I wanted to share with you. I don't know. I know you were mentioning. I think the game's Mega Bonk. I don't know if you knew this or not, but they did add crowd control for Mega Bonk. Ooh, a core. Worth it. Worth taking this route. And a gear. Okay, this was the loot route. Worth it though. I think my next upgrade is going to be the inventory stacking. I can actually improve the inventory stacking, which I think will let me have more ammo, essentially. Surviving. My GPU got sent back to NVIDIA as soon as it arrived to my city. Now it's just saying delivered on my profile despite it being delivered to themselves. Trying to untangle that mess. Oh, geez. Wait, why? Whoa. Why'd they send it back?
Dead.
I never even saw it. FedEx just decided something was wrong and sent it back? What the fuck? Dude, that's so messed up. I'm sorry, man. Dead, 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 dead. Okay, none of them are alive. Gate over that way. What? Oh, shit. Whew. Official reason was unable to deliver shipment. No actual reason given. They just didn't attempt to delivery or anything. Usually means there was something wrong with the package. Yeah, well, hopefully they rectify that, man, because that ain't fucking cool, man. Ain't like that stuff ain't cheap. Ain't like that stuff ain't. It's not like that stuff's cheap. There we go. Words. Plus, I was really, really hyped for you though, man. Oh, I see where we are. We're behind this gate now. What's behind here? Need a key to get back there. And then I need a fire thing to get through there. Let's look through here first before I waste ammo. Attention all operations officers. Due to increasing tension between our forces and the workers, you are ordered to comply with the following demands. Permit citizen Baraka access underneath the main furnace to search for his missing team members. permit an additional 2 volunteers to accompany his search efforts. Increase the monitoring of aforementioned citizen. Do not let him out of your sight. We can't afford to have an uprising here, so we're forced to comply. So he was probably the one that a lot of these like workers looked up to. And they were probably worried that like, oh, well, if something happens to him, then, you know, then we're fucked. FedEx also has my Halloween costumes locked up in delivery hell. It's been sitting in California bouncing for 2 weeks. What was your costume? Actually, that reminds me, I gotta... Something's in there. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's go over this way. I want to see if we can run back to the save room. We need a 3-digit code. Nah, I'm good. I don't think we need to go in there just yet. Although, the code might be in there. Yeah, let's go in there. Why the hell not, you know? I'm not low on ammo or anything. Gonna be a nun. Me's gonna be going as a cowgirl. See, I don't know. I need to plan something. I copped out last year, and I think I just did my oh no, last year didn't I do? I think I did Shrek last year. Can my flashlight come back, please? What the hell? What the hell is that thing? I missed. Oh god. Oh god. Oh. Ammo. Ammo, please. Ammo. Okay. There's got to be ammo somewhere. A core. That was all for a core. Boop. Please. My god. Okay, I have an idea on how to take him on, unless it didn't bring, like, unless we go further back. I really hope that doesn't revert the save so much. I think there are checkpoints. I'm hoping. Oh, I gotta do this all over again? Damn it. Huh. Oh. Okay. To get latex prosthetics and some spirit gum and go as Chad, have a Chadix chat stream. You know what, Mark? I love that idea. I'll talk to Story about it because Story's the one that usually does like my makeup and stuff. So as long as she's willing to try. Did I miss? No, I didn't miss. Yeah, see, poor. Oh, I could have squeezed through there. Interesting. One shot with the shotgun, man. Oh, really? Oh, so I can come back to that maybe when I'm a little bit better on ammo. It's just some points. Delete. I can come back in here though. I can come back in here and grab that. Wish I could just use it off the shelf. Where's this lead? Tell me this is a save room. Oh, there was a save room here the whole time. I feel stupid. There was another core in that other room. Reload speed for that. Reload speed for the pistol. I'm gonna do reload speed. Just because why not? Okay, use that. Didn't mean to use that. Yeah, I'm gonna take my ammos. Leave this core here. We'll sell that valuable. Energy bank. Sell that. Can't upgrade anything right now, so we'll bank on those points. And then we'll save. I'll take the shotgun as well. Thank God. I was like, there's got to be a way to get back to that to that save room, but thought the game was like, no. All right. Yeah, that's through here. We'll go through here first. Oh shit. No, thank you. No strong enemies, please. Thank you. I don't like strong enemies. Then we're just gonna grab that again. Okay, let me take a look at my inventory. One medium. I'm gonna use some ammo fighting this guy. So I should have an inventory spot for that other core. And then I think... oh, which way we're going to have to go. Okay. Let's go fight this big bad boy. Before we fully go in fighting him, we're gonna lead him that way. Scoots. Woo! That was a big chunker. Just a tiggle big chunky boy. And now he's a dead boy. I get a core. I think that was it for this room. I think this room was just confrontation room. Oh yeah. Pyre. Oh man, there's so many good things in here though. Ah, there's so many good things. Want to come back for that heater. I shall come back for that heater. That's free money. How you doing though, Scoots? How's your Sunday been? How's your weekend been overall? Did not find the code for that door though. Let's go, we'll do the upgrade. I'll swap out some stuff. Let's drop that off and get the core. And then, let's see, suit integrity, resource limit. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So if I'm not mistaken, I think that means we will get more bang for our buck. I'll be able to carry more, like, rounds and stuff. Also, don't think I have a Healy, but that'll be fine. Also, I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. It says that way, but then it's showing this way. This sign said entry only with S-class permit. Maybe there's like a way in here that I'm just not aware of. What? Oh, there's a door over there. Okay. I missed that. Where's that heater? Give me that heater. I'm gonna go sell it real quick. Went to my niece's second birthday yesterday, which was nice. Oh, that's nice. Awesome. That sounds like it was a good time. What was the birthday like? Was it just like a barbecue or something, or out at some place? We actually did a double birthday celebration this weekend. Story's stepbrother's daughter, her niece. It was her birthday end of August, and we didn't get a chance to get together. And my birthday's on the 15th. So we did like a little conjoined like birthday, like pizza dinner. It was a good time. Oh, 2,000? What can I upgrade with that? I got to be able to upgrade one of these things. So the pistol I can do a lot with. The shotgun. I'm gonna do clip size on the shotgun. Clip size on the shotgun feels pog. Okay. So I got one grenade, I got one flamethrower, I got a bunch of shotgun rounds. Oh, that's awesome though. Glad to hear it was such a good time, though. That's pretty freaking hype. Yeah, it was a nice time. They came over. We had some appetizers, had some pizza, and some dessert, chilled. It was good times. Saturday was busy as hell. But like in like a good kind of busy, if that makes sense. I'm wondering if we're gonna be able to traverse gravity there. Got another big door. Still need a 3-digit code for that. So I'm guessing through here. Military personnel only. Whoa! Hey! Hey, buddy. Buy me dinner first, please. Thank you. Crunch. Crunch. Ooh. Gotta keep my eyes out for that. Oh, I see him. He also said my name for the first time, which warmed my heart. Oh, that's so cute. Love that. Let's try this. Got 2 shots left with this gun. Definitely something on the other side of that. You're dead. You're dead. Got some pistol ammo. Okay. I think we're ready to progress. See that. Yeah, I see that. Let me see. 12x. So what, December 1981? Lockdown on this entire steel mill appears to be tightening. It's hard for me to judge from the inside. But other men say the more troops are gathering around the steelworks, we need doctors here, not soldiers. They're forbidding us to leave our rooms. They don't want us to see what they're up to. Insiders say the military has found something here, something some even say is a source of this fucking disease. Supposedly Gabriel and 2 other men went under the main furnace to search for some missing workers. That's when they saw it. I hope he didn't get infected. Sketchy, sketchy. We're gonna be leaving this place, and I guarantee enemies are gonna be popping out of the ground. I bet. Is this what we needed? You have been authorized to enter Level S security area in B Hall. Do not share the following code with unauthorized personnel under strict penalty of incarceration. 364.
Passcode found. 364.
Thank you, robot lady.
Registered.
364. Okay, or not. Would it be this one? 364? Or I think it's the other one. Yeah, no. There's another door. It's gotta be the other door. Back through here. And not through that door. That door is just a loot room. That door. Should be this one. All B, yep. Oh, great. Love a good labyrinth area. Love it. Guarantee we're gonna have a big boy somewhere in here. This feels like a sick ward almost. Like a impromptu, like sick area, like a sick bay. Not alive. Yeah, Scoots, I don't know if you've seen this game. This is Cronos: The New Dawn. It's a new Bloober Team game. Same peeps who remade Silent Hill 2. This is like a original game from them. It is so good. You're dead. Oh, I hate that. Oh. Oh, that's not closing now. I'm gonna do that. That's a mine I just threw down. Oh my god, do you see how many there are down there? Can I craft anything? I can craft another mine. I might have to. Have a lot of games I need to finish, but I'm sure I will get it. Currently replaying Cyberpunk because my friend got me the DLC. Hell yeah, dude. I loved the heck out of the Cyberpunk DLC. It was so, so good. There's another one there. You're dead. You're dead. You're not dead. I didn't mean to do that. I see you. Come here, big boy. Your stupid ass is in the way. Got 4 shots. Hi, big boy. Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Okay, so I can't let him get that strong. The moment I let him get that strong is where I die. I also need another one of those mines. Those mines are super, super useful. I didn't test. If I get close to you. Okay, so I got to take him out one at a time here. Wait, but they haven't done Game of the Year yet, though. The VGAs aren't yet, right? Like, we still got time. How am I worse on ammo this time around?
Welcome.
You gotta be kidding me. Don't you dare. See what I mean? It's so crazy. If I handle combat scenarios in a different way, Changes the whole entire outcome. I'm gonna see if I avoid these guys. He's alive, he's alive. He's not alive. He's not alive, he's not alive. Oh, that's another big one. I'm wondering if maybe I can get through some of these encounters without fighting. Jesus, I thought I saw something on my back. I don't know. I don't know when Phantom Liberty released. I think it's also crazy that what do we got in here? Oh, save room. Thank God. Attention, all operation officers, you're immediately familiar with the following different details of Sephram Project. Follow its protocol. Move all of our workers to the isolation zone. Communicate with, to the general public that the quarantine has entered its most critical stage. Grant medical personnel detailed by the protocol appropriate passes and escort them to Zone S. You are to cooperate with them, but in doing so, ensure that their activities do not exceed the boundaries set by protocol. Yeah, so they were experimenting on people. That dude Edward earlier in the game was absolutely right. Like, they were totally experimenting on peeps with whatever was going on here. A core! Nice. I am gonna store this core though. So we'll do that. I got another heater. That's a save. That is ammo. Boy, am I happy to see ammo. Got a key. We got a health pack. Let's sell the heater and see what we can do here. Sell heater, sale. 4,000. Oh, we could upgrade something here. I'm close to like to extra damage on the shotgun, so I think I might save. Yeah, I think we're gonna save. We'll save monies. We will save demons. Hey, Psycho. It's going good, man. Been absolutely loving the heck out of this game. I don't know if you've heard of this or saw anything about it. This is Cronos, The New Dawn. Very, very inspired by Dead Space. So if you're a fan of Dead Space, you'll most likely like this. I got a review/sponsor key from the developers.
Solution developed. The local anomaly is of a gravitational nature. It makes traversal difficult, but can be used. I have found a necessary relic to do that. If I can find spare parts to repair it, it will help me reach the dive point. Heading to the isolation zone. Such is our calling.
Such is our calling. All right, let me save here. Those pyre grenades really come in clutch. Really wish I could craft something else, but okay. Well, that's a no-go. I came up from that way. Was I going this way? Ooh, I'll come back to this room. I'll come back to that room. Let me look around. Let me look around first before I dedicate one way or the other. Wait, which way am I supposed to go? I'm supposed to go that way. So this is Loot Way. Wait, is it Loot Way? I don't know if it's Loot Way or not. Oh, no, it's the right way. I can't go that way. Been eyeing it for some time, but I've been playing White Knuckle a lot. Yeah, I started jumping back into it. I did clear the elevator portion and got to the new outdoor area portion, and boy oh boy, it's a doozy. Hey, little kid, baby thing. Okay, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Oh boy. How about you? Pop these bad boys up. Jesus. There's one behind me too. What's this way? This looks like secret. Secret! No ammo secret. Just a lot of money secret. Fuck. Did I pick up a medical kit? I did not. Ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. I can make a small medical kit. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
I can't do that.
There we go. Yeah, dude, it's like a completely different experience once you get to the outside compared to when I last played it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I just healed you. Fucking asshole. Oh. There's more. You know, at least they chain react. You know, at least they do that. Do I have a flame thing? I do. Let's flame it. Are you kidding? Dude, they are giving like chump change in this area, man. They are giving chump change. I am getting like nothing. Oh, thank God. All right, I got a mine. Had pure adrenaline once I get past the first region and propel me to the end. Dude, congrats on getting to the end, man. Yeah, I definitely like the adjustments they made to the outside portion. It feels more challenging. It's not that that area didn't feel challenging. It just felt like it could have been more, you know? So my Lurk is complete, off to bed. Have a great night. Thank you, Wick. Appreciate it, man. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, dude. Thank you so much for popping in and hanging out. Ooh. Okay, so I think we're supposed to go that way. And what's this way? Loot? Ooh, definitely loot. Yeah. I mean, I'm just happy that they're still working on it and adding more content and everything. It was already a very solid game. Highly recommend White Knuckle, if anybody hasn't heard of it. Very, very good. It's a climbing horror game. Did I not go this way? Well, so much money. Energy, but money. Aw, man. Do I need the heals? Oh, I don't need the heals. There's shotgun rounds here, though. Gabriel has vanished. He simply evaporated without warning. Some say he was taken to the hospital because of his deteriorating condition, but he is more than likely that the soldiers just blew his head off and hid his body somewhere in the back of the factory. Gabriel disappeared, and with him, our last chance to leave this fucking place. The trains are not running anymore, otherwise I would still hear them. At night, only trucks drive up to the plant gates. I can smell their exhaust fumes as I try to sleep. One thought keeps me up. Why did I even come here in the first place? Yikes. Ooh, I don't like that area down there. Save room! Nice. All right, let's see. Let's sell that big thing. I think if I sell that energy thing, I have enough to upgrade the shotgun. There we go, baby. More shotgun. How am I looking on inventory? I feel like we need this key. This key's got to be to something. I think we're raring up to a boss fight. And I'll come back. Ah.
Demolish the enemy, asked me. Spoiler alert! Hang in there, Chris. It get worst. Worst? What could be worse than a Monday morning? Especially with Chumbucket Buckethead Plankton trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula again. Oh, and this Cronos thing looks like a real barnacle-brained beef mare. Hope Chrisxchad has their spatulas ready for some serious monster mashing.
Honestly, not a bad SpongeBob. That wasn't a too bad of a SpongeBob. I think that's a bad guy who's gonna get up. This feels like a boss arena. You know... Oh! I didn't see him. Okay. Am I good on health? I'm okay on health. More money though, yay! Ugh, I don't like the mouth, the wall mouth. Wall mouth, gross. Thank God for explosives, man. That's not what I need. Gotta go this way. This is a shortcut, by the way, this area. Thanks, Demo. Thanks for the clip. That doesn't sound right. Okay, so it's not 100% SpongeBob, but like compared to some of the other Tangias, that's pretty okay. Just coming that way. Okay. But yeah, so far we're winning, Ghoul. There's another door. that I could open. I think that's where this key goes. Attention all operation officers. As of today, Dr. David Zyber takes over duties as the chief physician. His class as pass will be maintained until further notice. Okay. What knocked it over, huh? Due to withdrawal of the entire permit to isolation for certain medical personnel's 729.
Confirmed. 729. Data registered.
I know where we gotta go for that.
Office alone.
I know where we gotta go for this. Is it this way? No, it should be this way. I think this is the save room. This is one of the save rooms. Am I looking on stuff right now? I'll take you. That honestly does kind of help in situations. Okay, so there's that door down there, and then I think the door we want to go for is that way. But we're gonna do this door first, because I think that's where this key goes. Aha. Money. Attention all operations. Decided given the doctor's request to transfer inmate to Unity Hospital. His reports demand. Ooh, so they were even being rough with the doctors. Ew, oh God, Jesus Christ.
Demolish. The enemy asked me, do you think Chris is sexy? Do you think Chris is a pretty sugar? My neck, my back? Sexy they are. A question for the ages, that is. Pretty sugar, perhaps for some, but a focused mind on the Cronos they should have. Neck and back, strong for the monster mashing, that is what matters.
What? Excuse me? Yeah, that did not sound like Yoda. That did not sound like Yoda. Okay, so I have 2 more. I could increase to another inventory slot. Fabricated mountain inventory slot limit. I feel like I'm constantly losing out on inventory slots here, so I'm just gonna do that. And then as for gun, we can make the pistol a little bit more stable. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Get the pistol up in a level. You know what? Maybe I should buy some ammo. How much do I have? I can buy 2 bullets. Yeah, I'm gonna buy 2. I at least have some ammo for the pistol. Been kind of running on bingo fuel for that thing for a while. I need to turn up the AI. Was it like low or something? It sounded fine to me. Okay, so I think the key, it's not aggressive enough. Look at the personality that you chose for the Tangia. You chose SpongeBob. And also Yoda, who are notably not known. What was the Travelogue recordings? What was it? $729. Okay. There we go. Back outside. Great. Just where I wanted to be. Unless if I just avoid those, should be okay. Jesus fuck.
Demolish. The enemy asked me, so what sex position do you think is the best in a first-person shooter? Very nice. Demolish the enemy. I don't know about such things, but I think for the Cronos, the best position is maybe squatting behind the big rock. No? So the monster not see you. It is very good for not getting killed.
I mean, that's a pretty good advice. Very good for not getting killed. Dude, there's so many of these little ant hills out here. I really hope that they don't all pop up once I grab that big expensive thing there. That would really be cheeks. Got 2 medicals. Let's do that. And that way I can reload on my pistol. Then I can carefully tiptoe out of this minefield. Psycho, thank you so much for the shout out to old salty squid. I've never heard of them, but Psycho gave them a shout out, so go and check them out. Looks like they were last playing some Silent Hill 2. That's pretty awesome. Was that the original Silent Hill 2, or was that the remake of Silent Hill 2? Was that any better? I mean, that was a really bad Borat. You know? Oh, come on. No, you gotta be kidding me. Not like this. Not like this. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew that there was gonna be bad guys in that corner. I knew it. I knew it. It's not like it was new things. Oh, that's your dad. That's your dad? Oh, did he get the tip jar set up? I'm sorry I didn't get like too much into it and everything, but that is totally a thing that you can do on either Streamlabs and or Stream Elements. I personally recommend Streamlabs because fuck the other guys. I'm gonna see if we can get to the anomaly, and then I might end stream a little early there. I was thinking about either doing Baby Steps or Sonic, but I do want to spend some time with story because I do have work in the morning, and then full week of charity streaming. Well, not a full week, but you know, normal schedule. That's awesome, though. Yeah, the remake was really, really good. I hope he's enjoying it. Oh, I gotta run around and get all the loot again. Wait a minute.
I can't do that.
That's the way that I'm really supposed to go. Yeah, this is definitely the way that I'm supposed to go. Oh, he's never played before? Oh, he's in for a treat. Maybe that's the way that we're supposed to go, but I want to get all like the loot and stuff that I can, because this game is very resource deprived. Can I make a pyre grenade? I cannot. I might honestly just run from here. I don't think... It doesn't matter if I step on these. That's so aggravating. I was doing all this tiptoeing, running around. Not a single one of these guys. Aw, man. What a waste.
Demolish. The enemy asked me, did you ever put Miss Piggy in a blanket? You think I'd waste a good blanket on that washed up old bitch, Miss Piggy? My puppet asshole needs to be filled more than she needs a blanket. I'd rather put my froggy wang in a pigsty than touch her. Everything's so crazy since Elmo got a do.
Whoa. Dude, extra damage on the shotgun did wonders. Oh yeah, I should probably use that. Wow. I mean, that's pretty normal for Kermit. That's pretty normal for unhinged Kermit. I don't know which way is the right way and which way is the bonus way. Let's follow the path first. Pistol rounds. Thank God. Yeah, that's definitely the right way. So then let's go that other way. See if there's any good loot over there. Oh, this was literally for loot. Literally for freaking loot, man. I want to go this way. Leave no stone unturned when it comes to loot. Nothing over that way. Nothing over that way. All right, ladder it is. Chris, stream when I get my new graphics card. Let's fucking go. Oh, you got your new graphics card. Congrats. What you get, Ruby? Congrats on the new GPU hype. What about this way? Hold on. Ooh, battery. Take that. And there's loot over there. 3890 Ti. Nice. Weak. Not the Ti. I was about to say, damn, dude. I'm gonna make a medium health kit because I don't have any Healy kits right now. Wait, there was a Joe Rogan jump scare? I didn't even hear anything. Hold on. I didn't even hear anything. You said that you did a jump scare? Let me see. Why is that so low? See, that's low. Let me see if I can adjust it. Rogan. Jump scare. Definitely. Oh my god, there's so many freaking jump scares. What's it called? Hold on. The Joe Rogan. I literally typed that. Why is it not coming up? Let's put it like here. Let's see if that made a difference. Ready? That's still very, very low. All right, I raised it up a little bit more. Hold on. This is how it sounds now. I'm gonna try 100%. There we go. That's as loud as I can get. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Joe Rogan fan, but I will say I thought it just sounded funny. And I was curious if that could get me jump scared, but there's so many jump scare sounds. They must have added way, way, way more. Holy shit. I typed in jump scare and I was not prepared with how many jump scares were on the list there. Yeah, I don't like him as a person, but he makes he's made some weird ass noises. I don't like any of this. I don't like any of this. Also, hi babe, how you feeling? I was thinking about ending stream early so I could come spend time with you. This way. So many angles. What about over this way? Item. Where's this lead? Ooh, a little safe room? Okay.
Veronica, once again, I've got to say, I'm very proud of you. From the moment you came to me, I knew you were an exceptional student. But I didn't think you wanted me to work with a professional such a master in the future. Forgive me, it's just good to see you back in those
knew it. $2.5K gone. Hey, it's all right. You might get lucky. Who was it earlier? Someone won like almost 125,000 earlier. Someone were like a ridiculous amount of channel points. I want to say it was Boom. Let me see here. Pyre would be nice to have. Let's do shotgun shells. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting used to this game by now, so nothing's unfazing me. We're like 2 streams worth in. Kitty cat! Kitty cats are the collectibles, by the way. Make some more handgun ammo. So this is set on Earth? Yeah, so I'll give you a brief recap. So what I've picked up so far from the story, which I like that they just kind of go ahead and like throw you into this and you kind of have to like pay attention to context clues and stuff. We're in the deep future, in somewhere around Poland, and there was some sort of infection or disease or experimentation that basically, from the ways that I'm kind of reading all into it, it basically wiped out humanity and turned them into these monsters. We are either a robot or like half human, half robot that is sent down like kind of like a long Congo line of like being sent to Earth to mess with time, to find people of interest from the past and make like a digital copy of them through like time rift portals. It's very interesting. So yes and yes, we are on some form of Earth. Am I gonna finish Atomic Heart? I finished the campaign as well as the DLC. I didn't think people were really enjoying watching it, so I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna finish it off. But I probably will play Atomic Heart 2 when that comes out, or the Cube.
Even the isolated begin to change. We need to conduct.
I was. Oh, I'm sorry. I probably will do the second one once it comes out, because I really did enjoy Atomic Heart.
With each other. It's as if their cells want to create some kind of direct symbiosis. No, it's more than that. It's kind of evolved metabiota. A biological being composed of other beings. Science knows of such cases. But amongst mosses, lichen or fungi, not humans.
Through the analysis of all 121 patient case summaries confirmed several early symptoms: high fever, cold shivers, fainting, loss of appetite, numbness of the limbs, hallucinations, auditory hallucinations. Subsequent disease stages involve purulent skin lesions. The pores on their skin secrete thick fluid. Tentative laboratory analysis indicates that the secretions facilitate adhesive properties of affected individual bodies. As of yet, research is unable to determine whether the process is reversible. Well, I would say from all this, Process is not irreversible. We're playing. Yeah, I'll play the cube with you, man. Absolutely. If you're looking for an immediate extraction shooter, two that come to mind, there's Sand, which is kind of like Hunt Showdown and Sea of Thieves had a baby. There's a play test that was going on, but they had to like stop it early. So I recommend sign up maybe for the play test. Also Arena Breakout Infinite, significantly better than Tarkov and is not as gross as Battle State games. Helldivers? Helldivers I wouldn't consider like an extraction game. That's more like co-op madness. What is that? Rainbow Six. I don't think I'll ever touch Rainbow Six again, unfortunately. But that's a more competitive shooter. Since it's like, what is it, 5v5 or 6v6 or whatever it is. Yeah, Rainbow Six X, which is so dumb. Okay, I think we have a boss fight coming up here. I think this is going to be a boss fight.
I have never encountered anything like this before. The disease seems so strange that it even escapes standard classification. All the information we gathered during the early analysis seemed to indicate that it is a virus, but it doesn't act like one at all. We don't know how it transmits. We don't know how it mutates. It's as if it came from a world with different biological laws. Or was brought, rather. He must be the answer.
So, it is a virus, but it doesn't act like normal viruses. But it was a viral outbreak. Interesting. Yeah, Nuclear Nightmare is great. I can definitely see Dead Space vibes from that. I would say the biggest similarity, The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. Huge inspiration right from that. Save room! Yay! Thank God. Modified sword variant, which exchanges the charging ability for a full auto fire mode. What? Hello, friends. Hello, Star. Ooh, pistol looks cool now. Oh, it's a new gun. Ooh, it's a new gun. Oh, it takes up another inventory slot. Oh. Inventory is scuffed in this game. Let's, you know what? We don't need to store anything. Where's the terminal? Sell. What's it called? The dagger? I'm just 105. I'm just afraid it just uses so much more ammo. I can tell you right off the bat. Hi. What's up? Okay. Oh. Sorry, Story was saying hi. Had to leave for a little bit. Headspace wasn't great. Still isn't ideal, but better than it was. Well, I'm glad to hear that it was better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to upgrade this thing because like base damage, it does do more. I'm just worried about the full auto. I'm also worried about inventory space. So I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to store the new gun. At least I'm going to store the new gun. I'm going to try it out once I get some more monies to upgrade it. Save my monies. Yeah, it's full auto, but it uses the same rounds as my regular pistol. That's where I have the problem. And I'm a little limited on ammo. Craft more? I can't. I don't have the crafting stuff right now. I don't have enough supplies. Let's go ahead and save it here. Was there something else up here? Oh, right. I'm looking for the upgrade that I need. Oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. Tonight's the night. It's time to pull the bars out of the fucking walls. I have nothing left to lose anyway. None of us has. That's why they should be afraid of us, and they will be. You can shoot us all you want. The new dawn stands tall. That is probably the boss we're gonna fight. There he is. Hate that. Hate that. Yeah, so the vibe that I'm getting is that the some sort of viral thing that they discovered underneath these ironworks, and instead of just letting the workers go, they decided to start keeping an eye on them and experimentation. And the remaining workers got sick and tired, so they started revolting. Don't like those guys. Where?
No.
Ow. Shit. Oh, there's another one. Come on. Oh, you afraid of shooting me? There he is. Where? Are you kidding me? I got him. Plenty of shotgun rounds. A rapid fire fire version would be nuts if you could afford it. 2 headshot. Yeah, I think I gotta double check the damage output for the other gun, but I gotta see. We're going up this way. Boots! Boots with the grav. Gravity boots.
Acquired the gravity boots. Heading back to the rift.
I think I'll be able to walk up side of walls now. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's very, very Dead Space. That's very Dead Space. Love it. So cool. Let me just define gravity itself real quick. Thank you very much. Ooh. Healy kit. The workers think that this is us who started it. They think we killed Gabriel, but the madness began after the uprising. It was us who were keepers of the peace in this shithole of insanity. No matter who started it, this has its end. At 8:00, we seize the cafeteria, breaking their last stand. We'll drag them out by their ugly mugs. Yikes. Yikes. A lot of monies, though. Oh, I know where we are. Save room. Let's see if we got any more points. Ooh, I could upgrade the power. Stability, I could upgrade a few things on this. Let's try it out. You know what? I'm willing to try it out. Let's see. Definitely gonna upgrade the firepower. Okay, stability, reload speed, magazine size, let's do, and then I'll do stability. I mean, I think right off the bat, it has more damage than the standard pistols, so could be worth giving it a go. I just like the, ooh, the reticles actually feel better. Okay. So, I think we're gonna go this way now. Jesus. I came from there, right? Did I come from there? I don't know if I came from there or not. Whoa. Huh. I mean, the gun looks better for sure. Physically, I'm all about stats, baby. I'm like, oh, kitty! Oh, there's a cat. Need the cat collectible. Yeah. Hey, little guy. What's your name? Merlin. His name is Merlin, the kitty. Oh, what you give me? Another core. That's pretty good. Imagine this in VR. It would be interesting to say the least. Oh, there. All right. Definitely a lot better. Definitely packs more of a punch. Jeez. Can I go that way? I go this way. Oh, I know where we're at. We're gonna go this way. That's a storage room. That way. Yeah, gotta love a good old corpse launch. Let's see. We got 2 of those. Let's do some upgrades. What can I upgrade? Resource limit. Torch experimental. Hero time. Fabricated amount. Pistol only for 15 minutes? Sure. I'm gonna do resource limit. I'm gonna do that. So that way I can craft more stuff. Pistol any type. This one's called the Dagger. This is so cool. We're getting close to the anomaly. Whee! Nah, we just got a lot of people chilling and lurking. It's kind of how it's been for most of the night. Attention all officers, we're in the state of an outbreak. Protect the asset at all costs. Shoot the infected. It's either us or them. All right. Time to travel through time, baby. No, don't call the lurkers out. Let them lurk. They're just chilling. We also had a few people coming in from some raids, so I'm sure some people were like in lurk mode already and then popped over that way.
Temporal destination reached. Proceeding with the search for the target, R2
Yeah, so we traveled in the past. That's what those big yellow portals are. They're like temporal lifts or rifts. Nah, it's cool. It's cool. I've always just kept that as like Twitch etiquette though. Like I can see who's who's here and who's lurking versus not lurking.
Taped interview 17. The subject struggles with speaking clearly. It seems to me his...
Doctor, you are not here to make conjectures about the subject's well-being.
You want to come down here and swap, Sergeant?
You're out of line, Doctor.
Damn.
You need to start answering questions.
Ask them.
What is this illness? How do we stop it?
You can't. What has already happened cannot be changed.
Why are you here then?
Your world is to end.
Yeah, I've noticed. What is your part in it? What is your mission?
Whoa.
Yes. What's the point of it all? Are you to save people? Or to harm us?
Would like to learn that.
Yo, wait.
A traveler. Captured.
Oh, so
Why did he let such a thing happen?
so they captured one of us. One of the travelers, our character. There's multiple of us, and they were interrogating him. As soon as he said the word vocation, because that's the term that the travelers use. So they captured one of us, and we were down here in this lab. But he's not here anymore, so either he broke out or he was let out or escaped or something. Yeah, they had like a whole like quarantine lab down here. I do not need to remind you, Sergeant Disk, that the protocol imposed by the Sephram Project applies to all your subordinates. The Kremlin has agreed that she should be the one to talk to it, but she must ask only questions specified in the instructions. Otherwise, you need to end the charade. This is not the time for pseudo-psychological chit-chat. This thing is dangerous. It's a ticking bomb. It's a monster. The outcome of the Gemini Project must not be allowed to repeat itself. Yikes. I think that's where we're supposed to go. Yeah, there it is. The asset. It's hard to determine the age or origin of the asset. Carbon-14 dating tests have shown that various components come from different periods, but said periods are unknown. In addition, while attempting to reverse engineer the technology my team acquired seems to defy the laws of physics, despite being powered by simple electricity. It seems to be able to manipulate its mass, too. Oh, yeah. I think this is the device that we use, the anchor thing. Dude, he had like a sickle? We're gonna get like a melee weapon, maybe? Hope so. That'd be cool. Is this Russia? Yeah, so I think the full locate, I think we're in Poland. It was all for nothing. We found the boys, but maybe it would have been better if we hadn't. It only made the rest of the volunteer team get quarantined. And what the hell was that thing? Even if I wanted to run away, I couldn't. They twisted my ankle during yesterday's interrogation. Might be broken. I try not to think about my family, my wife and girls back home. The thought that I won't make it back for Christmas Eve hurts the most. And Arthur, he has no idea how lucky that he is that he got sent home before all this madness started. And I'll never hear a word of thanks for that. Yeah, I don't know, but like the thing is, we don't know who the travelers are. I assume, Jesus, some sort of like robot, like half-breed robot.
I've already told you. With a group of workers, we went underground under the main furnace to find the missing. Cut the bullshit about the workers, Comrade Batika. Just answer the questions. What did you see there? It was horrible. Their bodies, their skin, their limbs. It was as if something merged them with each other. Will this happen to all the infected? Answer the questions, Batika. What else did you see? There was something, some kind of figure wrapped in steel, as if wearing armor. He was talking to me. What was he saying? Bring her to me.
Oh. All right, so that must have been our traveler buddy.
From the shadows.
Yeah, no worries, Ruby. I'm probably going to finish out this part or see where this leads. I'm going to probably end stream a little early today. The Western Station no longer responds. I'm leaving the post. If anyone's reading this, withdraw. The steelworks has fallen. Ugh. All right, so there shouldn't be any people here. Probably monsters, though. Yep. Jeez, man. These guys got messed up. Yeah, but why in the steelworks is my question. Why was this all here? Don't let them merge. Oh, God. Yeah, these dudes didn't stand a chance. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Kitty.
Don't shoot! Look, I worked here, all right? I just want to get out.
Who are you?
Veronika Kamiński. I'm a doctor.
Is there anyone with you?
No, I'm here all alone.
Why are you here?
There's been an outbreak. We tried, but we couldn't stop it. The workers, they never had a chance.
No. What I am asking is why are you here now?
Please just let me go. There's no one here left alive. I saw nothing, I swear. I got lost when I was looking for...
Yes.
I was...
Veronika!
You are not alone.
Veronika? I found it! I'm up in the foreman's office. Veronika, you there?
Arthur, listen to me. They're here! Run!
It's all gone!
What is happening?
Surprise, motherfucker!
Welcome on back, Ruby. So having Edward's, whatever we did to Edward,
what?
His personality is like affecting our character.
I came across a woman. She probably came here with Arthur Barriga.
Which is who we're looking for.
I must locate the foreman's office immediately.
What happened? So we bumped into a human.
Concerned the integrity of my phylactery may be compromised.
We bumped into a person, and
leaking through.
they are they're working with Arthur, who is the guy that we traveled back in time to find. And when we try to confront her, Edward, who was our last target, his personality is like residing in her body. That's what I'm guessing, at least. He basically told us to stop and not go after the girl. But we know where Arthur is. Arthur is in the foreman's office. This place has turned to hell. Command got the fuck out as soon as this mess began. I don't know how many of us are left. I don't want to shoot people, but who can call these things people? I wonder if I should save the final rounds for myself. Will it stop me from becoming like them? I don't think so. This virus, it seems more like the flesh that hates from SCP, like lore. That's the vibe that I'm getting from them. I don't think it matters. It's not like a zombie virus. Okay. Retreat while you can. June 12th, 1981. Employee Arthur is hereby formally reprimanded for general misconduct and violation of safety codes, performing duties under significant intoxication. A disciplinary fine in the amount of 750 PLN has been imposed. Any future violations may result in more severe disciplinary actions. Damn. They just put him out to blast. Just let everybody know. But without the sun, I mean, we're technically we're in this like steelworks area. There is like an outside We should have burned them all. Jeez. I mean, they're not wrong. I mean, fire does affect them. Whoa!
I need to get to the target immediately.
Oh my god, there's... Jesus. Where? I heard somebody. Up top, maybe? I hear another somewhere. Woo! Yeah, they're in the walls, man. They come out of the walls. Let's just look around, make sure that we're not missing any ammos or scraps and stuff. The trick with these enemies, which I really, really like, they will get stronger if they manage to get to a body. So if one of them get to a body, they can actually absorb it and like kind of evolve in a way. It's really creepy. What? June 20th, 1989. Due to negligence of previous disciplinary sanction, employee Arthur is hereby ordered to a compulsory leave to regain his proper state of sobriety. Okay, so Arthur was not doing so great. I'm guessing that is Arthur. Really would like a save room. Don't trust the broadcast. They are not reinforcements. Yeah, they probably burned this entire area. That's the vibe that I'm getting. June 18th, 1981, appeal against the dismissal of an employee. I'm asking to reconsider the decision of dismissal. My request is motivated by the consideration of the employee's difficult personal circumstances as well as the strong rapport he has established with other steelworkers during his employment. I firmly believe that the benefit of allowing Mr. Barnaka to retain his position outweigh the rationale for his dismissal. Interesting. So like the foreman was... Is it this way? To the foreman's office. Okay, so what's this way? Recycling. Oh, valuable though. I'll take that. What about recycling? At this store. Two brothers. You self-righteous ass. You need neither your pity nor your protection. You just made a fool out of me in front of everyone. This is not what a brother would do. Next time when you get all mushy and stuff, maybe think about helping me, helping with Ma. Fuck you, Arthur. Oh, so the foreman is Arthur's brother. And it was like, instead of helping me, you fucked me over. Jesus. Oh, recycling for the monsters. Oh. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's kind of like, because if I remember, there were certain enemies, or like kind of in Dead Space, like the gimmick was if you let one of the weird bat-looking ones get to a body, they like infected it. And then in this, it's just don't let them get to another body. Cool. Alrighty, let's sell that heater. Yeah, it's a save room. I think I'm gonna save here. Let me just do all like my sell-ins and stuff like that. Actually, can I upgrade anything? The dag. I could upgrade these two things. I'm close to that, but I'm gonna do that and that. Firepower would be nice. I'm gonna get the clip size up. Oh, baby. That's a lot of ammo. We should never trust those fucking doctors with the shit, with that, and that shithead officer. That prick betrayed us. He betrayed the armed forces of the People's Republic. As soon as you find any of them, you were to execute them like the rest of these spookers. This is my last order. I'm going downstairs. It's time to solve this issue of the workers once and for all. Oh, he dead. He dead. There's no way he survived that. What's this?
Looks like somebody tried to break it apart without success.
Oh, so somebody found the Traveler's Save Room and was trying to break into this chest. That's low-key kind of funny, though. We'll grab that. And then we're gonna save here. Oh yeah, but that's nothing. That's nothing. I usually on Sundays, the latest that I'll go to is about 1 a.m. So usually just shy of like 12 hours, you know? But my plan was to try to hit up 3 games today, but I never get to I never can quite get to the 3 games. I can never quite make it there, so I don't know why I like overextend like this, but I always do that all the freaking time, man. All the freaking time. But guys, gals, and pals, I am gonna go ahead and end things here. I actually see we have a friend who is live. It's very rare for this to happen, so I think we'll go and raid Margin since he is live. I do want to pick up more with this. The 3 spooky games I really want to play and beat this Spooktober are Cronos, Silent Hill F, and Until Dawn. Those are the 3 big spooky games I want to play and beat. There are some fun co-op-y ones and stuff like that, and everything that I do plan on playing and everything. But I want to at least get through those 3 this Spooktober. So I'm not sure how long this is, but I mean, I highly recommend Cronos: The New Dawn. It is very, very good. 10 out of 10. Yeah, thank you, Ruby. I appreciate it. I don't think we'll do any Cronos this week. We're actually gonna most likely be doing, well, either Cronos or Silent Hill F. What happened to my camera? Hang on. What the hell happened? Sorry, give me a second.